Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. We've had literally hundreds of comments saying that people are struggling to get the Corsair LL series fans to work because of a lack of documentation. To be honest, I never even looked if there was a guide because for someone like me who's been building PCs for over 20 years, I basically never ever look at the installation guides for anything, and I just figure it out. I assume that everyone does the same. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button right now and turn on that little bell to receive notifications. We upload basically every single day of the week, so do yourself a big old favor and make sure you're subscribed. You guys have been asking us to show you how to set up and install the Corsair LL120 and LL140 fans with the Lighting Node Pro for about 6 months. So yeah, I thought that it was time that I would show you just how easy it is to set up and install. Let's do it. Before we begin, I just want to make this very clear. This setup is for demonstration purposes only. Every system, every case, and every cooling solution is different. This guide is just to give you the fundamental idea of how the lighting itself works, not the correct way to install fans or cooling or anything like that. This guide is going to show you how to plug everything in and yeah, just a quick look at the Corsair iQ software as well. With that said, let's jump right in. Alrighty, let's take a look at the fans that you get when you buy the LL120 kit. Now, like I mentioned previously, this guide applies to LL120 and 140 fans. Now we're going to look at the cables that are on each of the fans. This is the 5-volt addressable RGB connector. Now this is a proprietary Corsair connector, however it is 5-volt and addressable. I think I just said that. And this is the PWM fan connector. This is pretty standard and will connect to your motherboard or a fan hub. More on that later. Now this is the lighting control hub. Let's call it the splitter for all intents and purposes, just so it makes sense a little bit later. On this end of the splitter is the 3-pin connector. Now this connects this splitter into the Lighting Node Pro, but more on that a little bit later. These are the addressable connectors for the fans themselves, and you'll notice that on the splitter it is numbered 1 to 6. You should probably take note of which order you have these plugged in when you connect your fans up to the splitter. Lastly is the SATA power connector. This will plug into your power supply in your PC. This little guy here is the Lighting Node Pro itself. We're going to take a closer look at that right now. The first thing you're going to notice are these labels 1 and 2. These are lighting channels. This is something to take note of, as when you're configuring the software, it'll make a lot more sense. On the other side of the Lighting Node Pro is the USB connector. There's a cable that connects this with this connector here into your motherboard for full software control, but more on that a bit later. You also have another SATA power connector which powers the Lighting Node Pro. Also included is this USB cable that connects into the Lighting Node Pro and your motherboard for full software control. One end of the cable is mini USB. This is a standard USB type of connector, and on the other side is a 9-pin USB header connector, and this is also a standard USB 2.0 connector. This 3-pin cable makes all of the magic happen. This connects the Lighting Node Pro to the splitter. Now when you connect this up between the Lighting Node Pro and the splitter, it doesn't matter which way you plug it in because it just works. Installing this cable is very easy. You just plug it into the splitter and plug the other end into a lighting channel on the Lighting Node Pro. I would suggest plugging it into the first channel since there is nothing else that needs to be connected to the second channel. That's for another type of installation. The next thing we're going to do is plug the USB cable into the Lighting Node Pro. This is the cable that I showed a little bit earlier. Very, very simple. And we're going to plug the other end of that into a free USB 2.0 header on your motherboard, so we can have that software control when we get around to using Corsair iQ. Alright, we're going to plug the fans in. It is pretty straightforward. Grab the lighting connector that is coming from the fan, plug it into any of the ports of the splitter. I would suggest going 1 to 6, depending on which order you're installing them in your system, and just basically rinse and repeat that process until all of your fans are plugged into the splitter. Let's take a look how everything's plugged in. Your USB's plugged in, Your lighting node Pro is connected to the splitter with this 3-pin cable, and all of your fans are plugged into the splitter. Let's do a flat lay and explain how all of this actually talks to each other. All 3 fans are plugged into the splitter. As you can see here, 1 to 3. This is then connected with the 3-pin cable into the lighting node Pro. The lighting node Pro is then connected via USB to your motherboard with this cable here, and you will have to connect the SATA power up, which I'm going to show you guys how to do right now because we're going to do like a little test installation. Before we move on, the PWM fan connectors are dependent on your system and your type of setup. There are a few ways you could utilize these. If you have an AIO, you can use them as the cooling fans, or you can use a fan hub, kind of like this fan hub here. But like I mentioned, every setup is different. If you're not sure, come to our Discord and someone will be able to help you out. In this scenario, I've removed the fans from a pre-existing AIO I've had installed in this case, and I'm replacing them with the LL120 fans just as a bit of an example. In this installation you can see it uses a splitter cable, plugged a 3-pin connector into the splitter, very straightforward like we mentioned. Plug the fans in to the splitter. Now this demo installation only has 2 fans installed, so we're going to plug just 2 in 1 and 2. Plug the SATA power in, nice and easy. Next up, we're going to plug in the lighting node Pro itself. We're going to plug it into the first lighting channel on the lighting node Pro with the 3-pin connector that connects both of the boxes together. Now we're going to connect the SATA power up to the lighting node Pro. Really straightforward stuff. Gonna plug the USB into the lighting node Pro. I've already plugged the other end into the motherboard because I didn't feel like I needed to film that again. And when you power your system up, it should look a little something like this. Now we're gonna jump into Corsair's iCUE software to control all of these bits. Go on over to Corsair's website and download the iCUE software. I'll put a link down in the description to make your life a little bit easier so you don't have to go searching the Googles. And yeah, just continue with the installation. Click next a whole bunch of times. It is really, really easy to get this installed. Next, next, next. Once the software is installed, it'll look something like this. Select the lighting node Pro, click the lighting setup tab. It'll show the lighting channels. Now what you want to do here is select the first channel like how we had it installed previously, and select LL RGB series fans. You'll see 1 fan will be illuminated. Just drop that next box down and select 2 fans are connected, and away you go, all lit up and ready to go. On the left hand side there will be a new tab called Lighting Channel 1. Click that and we can just take a quick look at some of the lighting effects because your LL series fans are working. Yeah, and here are some of the effects. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did. Well, yeah, that was really easy, right? It wasn't too hard. There are a few other things you can do as well. You can obviously play with the effects, but there's a nice little thing called instant lighting, and that enables you just to click a color in this little color picker thingamajigger at the top, and it will set all of your Corsair lighting devices, including keyboards and mice and basically anything Corsair connected to your computer, to that color. But if you don't like it, all you need to do is go back, Nick. There we go, lighting channel 1, and click disable instant lighting and we're back to normal. And that's pretty much it. Your LL series fan should be working without a hitch. I think I covered pretty much everything in this video. If you have any questions, feel free to head on over to our Discord. There is a link down below, or drop a comment down below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, tell us what you hated about it. It's like a new thing now. Oh. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You pick, we seek. And seriously, how easy was that to install? Not too hard at all. Yeah, still here, guys. Empty coffee cups. Ew, that's been sitting there for a while. It's a bit disgusting.